First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Kung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Darji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the good practice tonight, Padma Kumara. Sumu. Tutan Siti. Tanzan Katso. All Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Our participating VIPs tonight are the Taipei rep to Sweden and Norway, Ambassador Dongzhou Liao's wife, Dharma Sister Judy. PR Director of the Buddha School Taiwan Temple, Dharma Brother Fermi Wang. Miss Janet Su. Accountant to True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa. Dr. Zhou Heng from England. Dr. Zhang Xinli. And Dharma Sister Wan Pei Pei. And many more VIPs who did not register themselves. So good evening everyone, how do you do? So the annual Spring Blessing ceremony has passed, and today is the Lantern Festival, which is the 15th of the Chinese New Year. It's about to pass as well. This past half month, I personally live my days in dreams and illusions, just like dreaming. And just now on this Dharma throne, I almost entered into the realm of the sleep and dream. Human life is like this. It's just dream. It's just a dream, an illusion. It passes like that. Although you are stumbling in this dream, and it feels like it is also existences, you know, that in this entrancement something seemed to exist, some seem to be quite a mirage. Like the other day, Grandmaster wore a huge diamond. And afterwards, I kept it at a safe place. Don't dare to wear it again. That the interesting thing is when we ended the ceremony, in the space, in the sky, there were so many dakinis and so many deities, and they showered hills. You know, the hailstones fell from the sky, and they were like diamonds, many, many diamonds. You found it. Perhaps you thought that's how the weather was. At the beginning, there wasn't any rain. It was not so cold that day either. Yet they showered the hailstones, the hills, and all the deities and dakinis who attended the ceremony give us that showers of hailstones. I extended my hands and caught some, and actually they were diamonds. That as the ceremony was ending, that it was a truly auspicious omen to be showered by either rain or hills or hailstones. We say that in Seattle, it's a rain city. It's a rain city. I've written a book about the winter rain in Seattle. That the rain is non-stop in the winter time. That before the ceremony for 2 months it's been raining. There was no clear days at all. It had been raining for 2 months, and it was better for during the day of the ceremony, and also during the day tour. Did you feel that when we went to the zoo, you've been here for many days, and you know that that was the only day when we had clear blue sky. And prior to that, for 2 months, it's been raining. And for the day of the ceremony, it was better. But on that Sunday, it was completely clear blue sky with the sun shining. And then afterwards, until today, it's also been raining. So of these many days, it was only on that Sunday when we went to the zoo for the animals to see us, an aquarium, Only on that day it was a nice, clear day. So think about it. That among all this, something is going on. But it's no big deal. I'm always like that. Was there anyone went to Cambodia with me to go to the Angkor Wat? So people who raised their hands went. When we went to visit Angkor Wat, during that trip, when I was walking on the ground, it was clear sky. Wherever we visited, when I was walking on the ground, it was clear day. But as soon as I got on the bus, then it would start to rain. And then when we get to the next point, then it cleared up again. And when we got on the bus, it rained again. So the tour guide said it never happened to him before. So that's why the tour guide also took refuge. When we got to the most important point of interest, there were even rainbow circles around the sun. It's often like that. Actually, I didn't feel that I'm very holy and sacred, like a sage. A sage in Chinese sounded like Shen Ren Fa Si, like a Nirmanakaya Buddha. No, I'm just very ordinary. It's just that every day I chant hiking Kuan Yin Sutra without breaks. Every day I'm in union with Amitabha Buddha to practice the I enter and enter me, the oneness visualization, that I became Amitabha Buddha. And next to me, they are Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva and Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. So Amitabha, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva and Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. That's in front of me. And then I become Amitabha Buddha. And next to me, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva and Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. And I even had the vision that the willow branch sprinkling the nectar water upon me. And then the lotus bud being held by Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva would radiate light upon me. And then the lotus throne on the hand of Amitabha Buddha would fly so that I can stand on it. So I would do this homework every day, most importantly, and also chant hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. And every day I would write my book. And then I would drive and driving Simu to come to the Seattle temple. And while I'm driving, I would chant the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. And I never skip a day. Not only at this time, when I'm doing any work, I'm also chanting the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. It's continuing to cycle. But the strange thing is, whatever I say, it would come. It's just like for the seasonal flu, I knew that the flu virus went into my body. And for me, I never took any medicine and didn't go see the doctor, but I knew that the virus went into my body. So I used my own ways. Before bed, I would open a bottle of wine and drink, and then cover myself with blanket and slept. And in the middle of the night, I would sweat. And when I got up, I showered and changed clothes. Then it did not affect me. The seasonal flu, I never wear any mask. And now you still have, many of you still wear mask. And as soon as I said that, wow. Now I need a wine cabinet to store all this wine. The wine naturally came. And I said, we are about to do the Ishi Chogar ceremony, and she was a queen. So she had lots of jewelries, and I was thinking that I should have some jewelry to signify the jewelries of Ishi Chogar. And sure enough, the 33 carat came. Before Guru Padmasambhava was about to leave, when Ishi Chogar made offering to Guru Padmasambhava, she sprinkled gold dust 7 times and sprinkled them to the sky as an offering to her own Guru. So 7 fistful of golden dust. That's about half a kilo, perhaps. And I said, since I am performing the Ishi Chogal ceremony, I should have half a kilo of gold dust. And yesterday, someone offered this half kilo of gold. So yesterday, someone gave me this half kilo of gold. It's very heavy hanging on my neck. So it became something like whatever your heart desires, it would come. Therefore, I cannot have any thought or desire. Like when I said Guru Padmasambhava had at least the 5 great consorts. One was Ishichuka, second was Mandarawa, third was Sakyadevi, fourth was Kalasidi, and fifth was Tashi. They were the 5 great Buddha mothers. And there were at least 20 Buddha mothers who had some attainments, and there were more with smaller attainments, and the 25 ministers who had attainments too. So I shouldn't think as I like. Otherwise, these Buddha mothers would all come and appear. So I shouldn't just think as I want. I need to keep like Ishichogar sprinkle the 7 fistful of gold dust as offering to Guru Padmasambhava. And the greatest jewel on Ishichuga was also 33 carats. When I was thinking of the 33 carat diamond, sure enough it came, and I didn't even have time. I didn't have any place to hide it. I had to keep it at the safe deposit box at the bank. Because that was really too expensive. Someone made it for me. And I was thinking, sprinkling 7 fistful of gold dust, and how come nobody made offering of gold to me? And yesterday, sure enough, someone made this already for me. And later I also have to keep it at the bank's safe deposit box. This is a lot cheaper. This is about 20,000 US dollars. Nowadays, 1 kilo is about 46,000. Gold price has risen now because of the SARS brother. And the stock market kept coming down, but the price of the gold keeps rising. And just now we also chanted for those. We hope that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas give their blessings, and also the Tara who dispels plagues and epidemics, so that the Wuhan's coronavirus epidemic can subside soon. But according to what I know, this is also related to karma. But no matter what, we hope that it will subside. Actually, the Wuhan virus also had some contribution to the society. The first one is that the Hong Kong riot stopped. Nowadays, there are only small riots. So that's their contribution to Hong Kong. And also the uprising in France that had lasted for over 60 weeks because of Wuhan Chinese woman also stopped. And also the intense battles in the Middle East, that wars was about to ignite, it stopped suddenly. So no more wars. The only thing in the news now is the Wuhan coronavirus. And things that could not be controlled by the Minister of Education about like tutorings and all the secondary now it all stopped by themselves. So even Taiwan, all the schools opening were delayed. Like Yi Ting and Wang Ping that were about to leave, that were planning to leave, now stayed in Seattle till the end of the month. And all the high officials and the haves all would have great banquets and always eat luxuriously, you know, in the restaurants, and now they just eat porridge at home. And even the owners of the Shanghai restaurant told us that all of a sudden they have no customers. In Seattle, what happened? So people don't dare to go to the restaurant to eat, so they save their money instead. And all of a sudden, in half of China, there's this harmonious family life that rarely happened before, that husband and wives accompanying each other day and night. And all of a sudden, the family life is nice and harmonious. See, that's the contribution of Wuhan. Nowadays, there are no thieves. Why? Because there are no one on the streets to steal from. If they want to steal from the houses, there are people inside all houses. So there's nothing to steal except face masks. Nothing. That nobody on the streets. What can you steal? And if they want to steal from the houses, everyone is in the house. Only steal the face masks from those buying face masks on the street. And now nobody can get out of the house. They're laying on beds, nothing to do. So this year, December to about January, February, March, there will be many, many babies. So there are still merits to this Wuhan coronavirus. So here we chant the mantra of this Tara who dispel plagues and epidemics. And Grandmaster also had a worry, but good thing something appeared in my brain. Who knows that this kind of coronavirus, as you know about the seasonal flu that exists every year. That the medical field would try to predict if it's the A virus or the B virus of the flu, and they would make the vaccinations to prevent it. But if they guess wrong, then many people would suffer from it. And the Wuhan coronavirus it's possible that it would become, it's just possible that it would become the seasonal flu, that become an epidemic. So it's possible that every year it would appear that it would become like something like the seasonal flu that would happen every year. So this would be like a huge disaster for humanity. Like to become an influencer. So everybody should learn the spirit of Grandmaster. Grandmaster dare to say it because in me there are many miracles. That's why I dare to go to Wuhan. To give them blessings one by one. I have such faith. In Taiwanese year, this year I'm 76. So by going there, even if I sacrifice my life, it's fine because I'm content to live, to have lived to be this age. I am very content already. Sito, are you of the Manchu descent? No, it's Han tribe. And from the Harbin, Lien Yin is a Manchurian. Are you from Liaoning? My mother is Manchurian, but my father is Han. So Manchurian is the Aishin Guru. It's the dynasty of the royalty of the Manchurian kingdom. So I'm content. And there are many miracles. I've seen many miracles. Even if I sacrifice myself, I'm just going back to my original place. So in the salvation of sentient beings, you should have such a spirit to sacrifice yourself. So Padma Kumara is to salvage sentient beings. And at my home recently, I bardu deliver lots of people bardu deliver, and many disciples told many of their people that if you want to be reborn in the Pure Land, go find Grandmaster Lu. And I know that at my home there are many unfamiliar guests to come to my house, and every day I have to perform protection of Simu's bedroom, my room, and also Simu's room. And some are hiding inside the fridge, because when they just died, they were also refrigerated in the funeral home. Whenever I walk by the fridge, the refrigerator would make the sparks, and they would ran away from me because I was too bright. And they were the laundry room, and all the cabinets would tremble because they were hiding inside, because they were outside, and then they were trying to hide into the cabinets, and the cabinets would make sound. And actually, I lowered my curtain halfway, it's electronic curtains for my windows, and one of them would get stuck. And then I told them, close it, and then it would fall down. And it's surprised me. I asked them to close it, but it fell down all of a sudden. So it surprised me too. And when I walk into the bathroom, they also move very fast. And the cover of the toilets too would move, would tremble. And Simu's toilet, even without people around, it would still flush by itself. That's her toilet. There were many these strange incidents at my house. So I don't dare to keep things in my house because sometimes they would move it around. In my room, things like that happen. It was over here for sure, and now they moved it somewhere else. Every time I meditate, in just a short moment, the policeman came, the policeman who killed himself. As I said before, he wore the very heavy leather shoes that were worn by policemen and soldiers, all the way to my side, and then walked away. And eventually I Bardo delivered the policeman, and then the high heel came. Of the disciples, there were many female disciples who wear high heels. But most of them were old women. Most of them, but eventually a beautiful lady came, so I felt really good. I am very kind to female ghosts, beautiful ghosts. And I told them, oh, just stick around longer. But for the old ladies, just deliver them as soon as I can. And the beautiful ghosts. And when I composed them, they would show their beautiful, their original beauty. Such a beautiful lady. Why? Why such a beautiful girl would want to jump off the building? That's really such a pity. So that's why I'm living my life in dreams. That the real life and the spirit life, the life of the spirit world are all mixed. Now let's talk a little bit about Lamdre. Hindrances due to not recognizing the start of affinity. When the mind is greatly stable, the hindrances are due to not recognizing the start of affinities. The mind qi gathers at the secret areas, cha, character, etc. It arises to the adverse phenomena of being beaten by yaksas and meat eaters, etc. The protection method is as stated in the verse, start from other starts of affinities. Protect using the other starts of affinity generated at the cha character at the secret area generated by the mind qi. Recognize the meditation to dispel the hindrances of meditation. Recognize the hindrances to dispel the demonic hindrances. Transform the faults to obtain merits. By recognizing and comprehending the hindrances, they are transformed into attainments. This is dispelling the hindrances. In sum, protect by recognizing and relying on the other starts of affinities. All eradication of hindrances need to be classified as such, and the methods of protecting include the 8 protection methods. So recognizing the hindrances, then you can dispel the hindrances. For example, for this Wuhan's coronavirus, it has the start of affinity. So you need to know the reason that results in this Wuhan coronavirus. And when you eliminate this start of affinity, then you can eliminate the Wuhan coronavirus so that it doesn't recur. So that's what it meant. Although the hindrance appears, although the hindrance is an adverse affinity, but when you use this hindrance to eliminate the hindrance, then your power will increase. So in terms of meditation, if you recognize the meditation, then you can eliminate the hindrances to meditation. You need to know and comprehend what is meditation. Then you can eliminate the hindrances to meditation. So what is meditation? Simply said, I would like to say, when Grandmaster was painting the giant painting right here, I was very focused on painting. I didn't have time to speak. My concentration was completely on the painting. Painting the fish, the lotus leaves, to show that they are the lotus leaves, the lotus blossoms, the dragonfly, the sky, the fish, the swimming fish at the bottom. So layer by layer. So like painting the lotus leaf, you don't just do it randomly with the brush. You want to understand, to keep some blank spaces. So you need to conjure the image in your brain. Fish, on top of it, the lotus leaves, on top of the leaves are the lotus blossoms, and on top of the blossom, a dragonfly, above the dragonfly, the sky. After you conjure the image, and then you paint the posture of the fish. They are very lively, not a dead looking fish. And for the lotus leaves, you want to leave some blank spaces, which part you want to brush and which part you don't, so that in your mind it expresses the look of the lotus leaves. And the blossoms, some are open, some are in buds. So one sole lotus blossom as the focus, the focal point, and you have the image already in your brain. And how to paint the lotus blossom so that it's quite showy, You need to use a deep or thick color to the thin or light color in order to make it beautiful. So I use full concentration to create that painting. And at that time, it was called meditation because you're very focused. So do you know what is meditation? When you don't think of other things, you just think of one thing, of painting. I did not listen to anything that Jennifer Zhou, attorney, was talking about. She was talking, but I was painting, and I was in full concentration. I was not affected by her speech. So in meditation, when you are focused and in full concentration, that's the state of meditation. Then you can break apart all other hindrances. I will not be bothered, or I will not care about other noises or the speech of other people. That's complete concentration. Once you comprehend meditation truly, then you can dispel all the hindrances around. But if you don't know about meditation, you don't know how to concentrate, then you would definitely be affected by your surroundings. That's for sure. So first you learn to be focused. That's the start of meditation. And then you learn about trakcho, which is cutting off. And then toggle, which is leaping over. You leap over everything. You transcend it. Every night, when I'm in union with Amitabha Buddha, in a split of a second, I would become Amitabha Buddha, and then Avalokitesvara Mahastama Prapta on my two sides. And in the sky, there are the reflected, there are the Amitabha, Avalokitesvara Mahastama Prapta too. And when she sprinkled the nectar water on me, you would feel it. And when Mahastama Prapta used her flower bud to radiate light on me, I would also feel it. And when Amitabha Buddha's lotus radiate the precious rays of lights, I also could feel it. I also had some spiritual experience. And at that moment, the house and all my worries, they were all dispelled and disappeared. So you have eliminated all the hindrances. Once you know about meditation, then you would be able to dispel and remove all these hindrances. About the Wuhan coronavirus, in the world, the one that rejected the entrance of Chinese is the old friend of Chinese, which is North Korea. And when China is in need of face masks, and the one who denied selling face masks to China is Taiwan. And the one who helped finding the cure and the vaccination to it is China's rival, United States. And the one who support China is Japan. And the one who helped researching the cure of the virus is German. This is how the world is. Between friends and foes or enemies, they are all ever changing. There's no eternal enemy or eternal friends. Like spiritual cultivators like us, we can sacrifice ourselves to go to Wuhan. And to those, for me, to those people who are completely unknown to me, I can give them blessings. If you don't go to Korea, then you would be safe from a sinking boat, because there was one time that there was a boat sinking. Also in Thailand. If you don't go to Indonesia, then you would be spared from the tsunami. If you don't go to Japan, then you'll be safe from the earthquake. There was a huge earthquake once there. If you don't go to Syria, then you're safe from the war. And you don't go to Malaysia, then you're safe from the missing Malaysian airline plane. If you don't go to Australia, then you're safe from the forest fire. And if you don't go to Wuhan, then you're safe from the coronavirus. Thinking about it, because we don't have money, we have been safe from many calamities. So now, I would like to let you know that it's really nice not to have any money. In China, during this Chinese New Year, everybody is delaying returning to work. And someone said that the other day when I got up, that my vacation is 5 days. And then the other day I got up and there were 7 days left in my holiday. And then one day I woke up that I have 1 month holiday. I don't dare to sleep again. Otherwise, if I open my eye the next time, then maybe I would retire, don't have to go to work anymore. Because nowadays it's impossible to go back to work, to go back to Beijing, to go back to Nanjing, to go back to Shanghai. Impossible, so that's why they're all on vacation. These are all cause and effect. Xiao Ming told Xiao Li, let me go to your house to wish a Happy New Year. Hey, I love you, you love me, but for this year, there's no need to to come and back and forth. Because if you come to my house, I would be nervous. If I go to your house, you would be panicky because the face masks are all sold out. No more face mask. Also not in America. And it hikes in price. How much? It was $2 each before, now it's $10 each. Even if you have bought it, if you send it, say, to Taiwan or anywhere, it will be confiscated. Is that right? Is it true? It's stolen. Stolen by the postman. Just cannot get it. The most popular couplets this day is that the pork will never think that the mass is more hot than the pork, and the mass never knew that it becomes the commodity for the Chinese New Year. And on top, it's like the new thing in the year of the rat. So for this kind of things, we can only pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to be compassionate toward the sentient beings. Although we know the start of the finity, we recognize it and to eliminate it, and then we will not have natural disasters and calamities created by humans. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛宝贵的法语开示，请唱诵组准备。雷藏寺有以下法
We are very
活动向大
grateful
家
to
报
His
告。
Holiness
明
Precious
天2
Dharma
月9日
teachings.
星期日